Do you struggle with perfectionism? Isn't it exhausting trying to chase after an impossible standard for yourself? Perfectionism is a vice, not a virtue. What if I told you that what makes a woman super attractive is not how perfect she is, but how warm, caring, inviting, and authentic she is? What if being a magnetic woman had nothing to do with being perfect and everything to do with being messy and human and not perfect at all? Instead of letting perfectionism be a joy stealer in your life, why not be a joy seeker and express your natural radiance? If you're new to my channel, my name is Allison, and I've been helping my clients replace perfectionism with refinement and excellence for years. In this video, you're going to learn why choosing refinement and excellence over perfectionism is going to help you have a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. A woman who struggles with perfectionism also struggles with self-judgment, because if you don't hit the standard of how you think you should be, you're constantly criticizing and judging yourself. This contributes to the opposite of radiance. One of the things that makes a woman who struggles with perfectionism less magnetic is that she puts so much pressure on herself that everything becomes a heavy task. She is constantly judging herself and struggling with the fact that nothing she does is ever good enough. This causes a lot of anxiety, which can be felt in the body as beating heart, upset stomach, tension in the shoulders, tension in the jaw. All of these things are going to make you less attractive, less magnetic, because you're less comfortable, you're less joyful, you're so in your head and you're not in your presence in your body. Another negative consequence of perfectionism is procrastination. A woman who struggles with perfectionism never actually takes the steps that she needs to toward the life that she wants to have, because she's so afraid of making a mistake that she never takes that first step. A third negative consequence of perfectionism is burnout, because if you have to have everything perfect, you're going to be striving, working so hard, constantly trying to get better, trying to do it right, trying to do well enough, or whatever your level or your standard is. And if nothing's ever good enough for yourself, you are going to burn out. So to shift this negative pattern of perfectionism, I'm going to invite you to contemplate the idea of refinement over time, evolving and growing in your skills, in your capacity to deal with stress, to deal with problems, to deal with life. It's a work in progress. You're never going to get there. There's no there to get to. So when you embrace refinement, it's a much more enjoyable experience, because you get to experience forgiveness for yourself and mercy and grace for yourself. And this allows you to relax. It takes the tension out of your body, gets you out of your head, and this level of acceptance with life and being messy and imperfect sometimes, it makes you more human, it makes you more relatable, and it makes you more magnetic. When you're comfortable with yourself as someone who is a work in progress, you allow other people around you to feel accepted as well. A metaphor for this process of refinement is literal refinement of metals. When metals are refined, the impurities are being removed, and you can think of this as a process just like your life. So think of yourself as a precious metal, refining and getting better over time. As I said earlier, the other concept that I like to link with refinement is excellence. Excellence is not perfection. Excellence means that we have an idea of how we would like to be, how we would like to improve. But again, it's a process over time. There is a standard, but we don't judge ourselves and beat ourselves down when we don't reach that standard every single time. We understand that making mistakes is a natural part of the process of life. And in this way, we give ourselves grace and forgiveness when we don't measure up. Embracing excellence allows us to see our mistakes as opportunities for growth. It also allows us the chance to experience compassion for ourselves. Are you able to make mistakes without letting it mean that there is something wrong with you? If not, I would like to encourage you to start practicing this right away. Let yourself make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. If you truly want to break free from perfectionism, you're going to have to get comfortable with listening to the way that you talk to yourself. Are you breaking yourself down with judgments and criticisms? If so, I'd like to invite you to shift that negative self-talk to encouragement. Encourage yourself the way you might encourage a child who is just learning to do something for the first time. So recognize when you are talking to yourself in a negative way and see if you can shift that negative voice to an encouraging voice. I would really love to hear from you. How are you going to choose to prioritize excellence and refinement over perfectionism? Is there a particular area of your life where you really struggle with perfectionism? I would love to hear about it. Send me a message on Instagram at @afeminineheart and let's chat. Okay, so to recap, focus on progress rather than perfection. Remember that cultivating self-compassion makes you more magnetic. Remember that cultivating self-awareness and self-forgiveness make you more human. And if at the root of your perfectionism is a belief that other people are judging you, remember that God's standard for us is the only one that matters. If you have a friend who struggles with perfectionism, please send her this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!